Welcome to As the Story Grows. I'm Brian Patton. Today we welcome Jakob Hemstrom from Oh Hiroshima to the podcast. Oh Hiroshima will release The Dead Tree Gives No Shelter this Friday on Pelagic Records. Jakob talks about learning to play post-rock and use effects pedals, signing with Napalm Records and trying to find their place on the label, the themes on And the Trees Give No Shelter, and more. I'm a huge fan of Oh Hiroshima, and the new album is incredible, so make sure you check it out when it drops on Friday. Thanks so much for checking out this episode of As the Story Grows. If you're brand new to the podcast, welcome. You can find links in our show notes or at asthestorygrows.com for our mailing list, our Discord server, and our Patreon page. I would love it if you come and joined us and hung out. If you are on the mailing list, you saw the announcement that As the Story Grows is going to Warped Tour in Washington, D.C. here in just a few weeks. If you are in the Washington, D.C. metro area and are going to Warped Tour, I would love to meet you. I don't know what my status will be, as I will be taking pictures and interviewing bands at the festival, but I will have As the Story Grows stickers to hand out. I would love to meet anybody who's there. Enjoy today's conversation with Jakob from Oh Hiroshima. Glad to have you on. Let's chat. Where in Sweden are you located?
I'm in Örebro. It's like 2 hour drive west of Stockholm. You can say. Yeah.
Nice. Is that where you grew up?
No, I moved here like 15 years ago, but I grew up like an hour away from here, so it's
nice. Nice. I don't have a strong grasp of the geography, but is everything kind of close?
Don't worry about it.
I mean, is everything relatively close to Sweden, a relatively small country, and it's kind of easy to traverse, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, only 10 million, but it's quite like long country. So. I mean, it's closer for me to go down the continent than to go to the north of Sweden.
Gotcha.
And most people live in the third bottom.
Yeah.
The south in the country. So
yeah, that's cool. That's cool. What kind of gets you into music, and maybe what draws you to guitar?
From the beginning, start out. Yeah, I come from a bit of a musical family. My father played the bass, and we had a piano at home and a guitar, and he played that also sometimes. My sister played some piano, and my brother also played the bass. But I was a bit late with picking up an instrument, relatively speaking. So it was, I think, I was around 16 or 17 when I started to learn the guitar more seriously, and just because all my friends were playing together, so I didn't want to be left out.
Yeah,
and, I don't know why guitar. It just happened to be the instrument that I picked up, and also it kind of fit with what the other guys were playing, and. Right off the bat, we kind of started a band, so that's also how I learned my instrument. I didn't spend, of course, I did spend some time alone trying to learn songs, but also from the beginning, I was in a creative space with
that's cool.
My friends. So.
Yeah. When I learned to play guitar, so much of my guitar playing was I wanted to write songs and be in a band, so I never took the time to learn songs, and so now I'm in my 40s, what if I actually tried to learn to play some songs and play?
Yeah, I can definitely see myself in that as well. I'm terrible at I don't know. Some guitarists, they just know a lot of songs and how to play them, and it also took time for me to just understand how to you hear a song and how to play the quickly kind of find the chords for that song, or I just played my own stuff.
Right. I'm like, yeah, I can find what key it's on if I want to like make up a lead to this, but I'm not going to sit here and play Master of Puppets from memory. Yeah. What kind of, like, when you're kind of getting into music and joining bands, what kind of music are you getting into and listening to a lot of?
It differs. I mean, like most people, I guess I go through different periods where I'm drawn to different kinds of music. But nowadays, feel like I'm in a time of my life where I don't have tons of time to like search out new music and listen to every new record. So you get a bit picky with what you check out. But usually it's something that challenges me in some way. I guess that has become more and more, I think, what draws me to a new record. Something that makes me feel like, oh, this is something. It doesn't have to be like totally experimental or new in every way, but like really good or that it brings something fresh.
Yeah,
I guess those are criteria for me getting into records nowadays.
Let's talk about the band. How this band started, and kind of what was the musical inspiration early on?
Yeah, it kind of started with a former guitarist of ours, Leif. He had, this is like back in when we were in high school, so just like a couple of years after I started playing guitar, actually. We were classmates, and he had started to listen to post-rock and getting into like Explosions in the Sky and Mogwai and Sigur Rós and those kind of bands.
Mm-hmm.
And he started this like project where he wanted to explore that genre. And he kind of showed me some of these bands and some other friends, and I got into them directly. It was like I've been listening to some different like hardcore bands and stuff that were doing this more atmospheric parts sometimes that they would break up the songs with, and I always loved those parts. And these post-rock bands, it was like just those parts, but even bigger and more stretched out and everything. So it was like a whole new world open up to us, and we started to dig into that genre and spend time this different obscure forums trying to get MP3s of demo post-rock bands from all over the world.
Yeah,
it's like the prime era, I think, of finding music on the internet. And, just this thing that you can you don't have to go to a record store, but you can find this. I mean, people from all over the world trying to create this genre that's becoming a bit popular in certain of the musical landscape.
Yeah. Did that like excite you as a guitar player? Because post-rock comes with like, then you're getting into like crazy pedal boards and trying to figure out delays and reverbs and like repeat. Was it like overwhelming at first, or are you just like, okay, this is a cool new paintbrush?
Yeah, it was a bit. I mean, it was exciting because I couldn't really figure out what they were doing. I didn't know a lot about effects.
Yeah,
I know, you have reverb and you have delay, and that makes things spacey.
Yeah,
that's kind of it. But you can hear these different kinds of sounds on the records, and how do they do that?
Yeah.
So that was exciting. Also, I remember I wrote. I don't know. It was one of those bands. I wrote like, how did you make this sound?
Yeah.
And someone else, like, because I think it was a forum or something, and someone else kind of answered my question with like a joke. Yeah, they strapped something around a cat, and it was just this weird joke. And the band answered like, yeah, like that, just a joke. And I was so disappointed because no, I want to know.
Yeah. I remember hearing the first Caspian EP, and like that opening track being like, how the fuck did they make that sound? And then like you discover like
it's I think it was actually
yeah
that EP and that track,
yeah
like with some reverse sounds or whatever it was.
yeah I was like, how did you do that? And then I discovered reverse reverb.
That example, I think it was exactly.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, because yeah, at that time it was like my mind was blown.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, what I mean, I guess if like Mogwai and Sigur Rós are early influences, like, was there ever a conversation about not having vocals, or was that something that was kind of built into the band to have vocals? Because there's not a lot of post rock bands that label post rock that have a vocalist.
Sure. We didn't really discuss the music at all. It was just like we had this project that we tied to this genre, and then we just started to create stuff. And I mean, we weren't great musicians, so it was kind of, if you could find something cool, it was like we had to keep it.
Yeah.
Not like, okay, we have this cool part, can we like tweak it, or we have those two alternative things to follow this part with. It was like, okay, we have a part, nice, let's make another part, and so there wasn't a lot of discussion going on. We just went with the flow, I guess.
Yeah.
And the whole vocal part, we had vocals on like the first demo that we recorded. I think I think it was on an old mini disc.
Yeah.
If you remember those things. Yeah. So it was always there. I was in. We were both in other bands where I was the vocalist, and I think perhaps he also was the vocalist, but yeah, I can't remember. But anyway, so it felt natural to just add vocals to some parts, and also like Mogwai, they had vocals on certain songs, and like the Swedish post-rock band EF or EF also had some vocals. So Gregor Samsa is another post-rock band, one of my favorites actually. They only released a couple of albums and then kind of disappeared, but they had also for post-rock a lot of vocals. So it was natural. We didn't like talk about it or have a discussion, or should we have vocals or not? We just brought them on.
Nice. You guys were initially signed to Napalm Records. I'm curious how you ended up signing with the label, and then I wonder if it was kind of a struggle to find an audience. I mean, outside of you guys and like God Is an Astronaut, they're not really known for that genre of music.
Yeah. We in the beginning it was more like a side project for us to just explore the genre, and then we had like a space where we could record, and my brother, who's the drummer and the other band member in the current band constellation, he started to get interested in the recording part. So he recorded and mixed and mastered the first album with almost no experience at all. And then we just put it out online, and it was like, oh, we released an album. Nobody listened to it or anything. And then we brought in some more members, and we were like a quarter for the first time. It felt like, okay, now we're a real band. And we wrote a next record and recorded with like a guy who actually kind of knew how to record, had some experience, and he also like mixed and mastered the album. I think we paid him like 1,500 euros or dollars or something for the whole record, and we had to borrow like 1/3 of that from my father, because that was all we had, like from in the band at the time, and we were all students. But that record, our second one, In Silence We Yearn, it kind of took off on YouTube. Was this YouTube page for post rock called where post rock dwells, that uploaded it and started to get hits, and it got like 1 million views and 2 million views. So that's when things started. People started to take notice of us, I think, with that record. And around that record, we did our first shows also, just around Sweden, very small shows. 20 people show up or or 7 people or 5 people or whatever. But because of the YouTube video, we got contacted by Napalm, and they wanted to release it on vinyl because it had only been available digitally and on CD through an American label called Flattery, like a smaller post-rock label. And I think they printed like 600 copies or something, but they sold out very quickly. So then they asked if they could sign us. And I didn't know Napalm Records at all. I went to their website and I like scrolled through the artists and was like, okay, I know 2 of these 50 bands because it's not really my cup of tea when it comes to music. But we were like, okay, this seems to be like a big deal in the metal world, this label. And they had signed God is an Astronaut like a year before, so it felt like, okay, they're trying to branch out a bit here. So of course we said yes, and we released a couple of albums with them after that.
Yeah, I'm sure the first time they like share a video of yours, fans are like, "The hell is this?" Right?
Yeah, definitely. It was like I think the first like music videos, and it was like comments like, "Oh, why are there so many dislikes on this video?" and stuff like that. But I think it also caught on to in like the melodic parts for some people that are into the Napalm like genres of music. They enjoyed it too. So.
This is your second record with Pelagic. So how'd you get connected with Pelagic and Robin and that crew?
Yeah, I knew about Pelagic before, of course, since they're like a big post-rock label. And we we ended our relationship with Napalm after 2 like records, or 4, however you see it. They re-released our 2 first albums first, but so we were on the lookout for a new label, and we thought we decided to write and record an album first to have like a finished album, and then we could like send it around to labels to see whoever's interested, kind of like to, okay, you guys are interested in working with us, this is the record we want to release. And a couple of different labels answered and were interested in working with us, but Napalm felt like it was quite clear to us early on that was the right choice for us. And they have all these great bands, a lot of connections within the scene, and a very nice sense of aesthetics, and which also felt good to us because it's never been my strong side. So I thought that was a good fit for that reason as well.
Yeah. New album's called "And the Dead Tree Gives No Shelter." I've kind of become weary of press releases because a couple times I've quoted them and the band has been like, actually, no, that's not at all. But there is a quote attributed to you. It says, "We are living in a time when it has become harder and harder to imagine a bright future." I live in America, 100% understand that.
Sorry,
man. This record really captures a sense of, I don't know, despair and dread. It is dark and heavier than I think anything you ever has done. Did you have kind of that concept before going in to write this album, or did kind of the music lend to, all right, this is where the lyrics or the theme is going?
Yeah, I think the music came first. We kind of had a couple of songs, or a bunch of songs actually, that we had written before our previous album, or even before the album before that we really liked these songs, but they didn't really fit on the previous records. But then we had also a couple of new ideas that kind of fit together with them. So it's like, okay, we can build something around this that will work together.
Yeah.
And then I think like the theme evolved alongside like the lyrics and song titles. It's always usually for me like all these processes are like moving ahead side by side, and they kind of merge with each other, and after like you sort out some lyrics or some song titles, you kind of find this theme or whatever that could connect them in different ways. But I think if I compare this record to the previous ones, actually the song title was there quite early on. And usually I struggle a lot with the lyrics. It takes a long time for me, and I get a bit perfectionistic as well. So, but I think I wrote like the majority of the lyrics in 1 week, which is definitely a record for me. Then I had to rewrite some stuff and so on. But and I think that was partly because of the title, and I got like some kind of theme going in the back of my mind that helped me out.
This title is inspired by the T.S. Eliot poem.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's like a line taken out of The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot.
Nice. I have a post-rock project, and occasionally I'll be like, I need a title for something, and I'll go to my book of poetry and just
it's perfect. And for me, I'm not like I don't know a lot about poetry, but there are some poets that are really, I really connect with, and usually when you read stuff like that, because it's an abstract kind of music, and usually fits with that kind of lyrics and imagery also. So different poets that work kind of in that kind of symbolical or like existential frame or whatever, usually that can get your thoughts going in different ways.
There's a quote in that bigger quote where you also say like these songs also offer some like meaning and hope. How important was it to not just have like a record that was like everything is fucked?
I didn't have like, it wasn't that I felt like, oh, we need to bring out this hopeful feeling or ending or anything. I think like our previous 2 albums have been more like they've been exploring different difficult questions, not necessarily posing an answer in any way, more like exploring the questions and trying to be honest about what I'm feeling about these questions. But this time around, that was kind of part of I felt this kind of despair about things, and with like sometimes you feel like the whole world is going backwards, about to crash or whatever. And I know a lot of people can resonate with that feeling as well.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get stuck in apathy, and you feel like there's nothing you can do, and you can't really affect your situation in any way, or and definitely not the state of the world. But that also kind of just deepens the despair, and you kind of end up in this negative spiral. So it was like we need some kind of hope, not some kind of naive hope, but just some kind of ideal, just to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. So that was kind of the idea behind the album title, that you can't kind of shelter yourself behind this apathy, because it's a way, of course, it's a way to say, okay, there's so much shit going on, I don't even want to touch it. Like, I'm just going to turn my back on it. But I don't think that's a solution for anyone. It doesn't really help. So that was kind of the main idea behind the title and a lot of the lyrics as well.
The album artwork is, it's on the nose for the album title, but it's so like it so captures a feeling of like, I don't know, that emptiness and despair, and like who did the artwork for you guys?
Yeah, it's a guy called Benedikt Demmer. Is a German guy from Leipzig. He's worked a lot with different Pelagic artists before, and we actually had him work with us on our previous record as well. It was another guy who had done the front cover for our previous record, All Things Shining. So we already had that, but then we needed someone to do the rest of the design work. And Robin at Pelagic Records, he recommended Benny, and we got in touch. And he really loved the cover, so he kind of created everything else around it, and like cover for the singles and the merch and everything. And we really enjoyed working with him. Really a good guy, and really liked the process of how you could throw him an idea and he will try different things out and give you different kind of versions and stuff so to choose between, and very thorough, and had this sense of like you really felt that he wants to create something that we're both satisfied with. So we kind of felt right away after that we should bring this guy in to do everything the next time, and
Yes.
and we did, and we're very happy with the results.
Album's out June 5th. You guys have a couple shows in Germany coming up, and then it looks like a fall tour through Europe.
Yeah.
How it seems, from my perspective as a person who listens to records and talks to bands, like post-rock is having a resurgence, at least in people putting out music. At least in Europe, is there a kind of resurgence or a groundswell in the fandom?
I'm not sure actually. People have asked me that question before, but I can't really answer. But I guess in some ways, I think you're right. Just because of the fact that there are still bands starting up within this genre.
Yeah.
I mean that says something. It's not like a completely dead genre, and there are still bands going that have been doing this for a long time. So it's vibrant, and I mean it's a community that's very passionate, and you still have these different post-rock festivals every year around Europe that people attend, and you have these labels that continue to put out post-rock music like Pelagic and Dunk Records and so on. So I'm not sure that you could say it's growing. Perhaps it is, but at least I mean it's
still there.
It's not declining.
Yeah.
Yeah, really excited also to be touring this album. We haven't been like actively touring for that long. It was like mostly after the pandemics that we started to tour more properly. And then it's always we've been trying to go to new places because there's a lot of places where we haven't played because of this. So that has made us our like set list has been a mix of songs from all our albums. But this time around we feel like okay, we're mostly returning to a lot of cities where we've already played, and this new album there's a lot of songs we really want to play live. So yeah. I'm really looking forward to that to tour this album properly.
Yeah. In conceptualizing this record for a live space, did that make you kind of rethink maybe pedals or effects you were using for like what you might have to carry with you? And you're like, that will be a big yes.
No, it was actually because since before you talked about a bit before about like pedals and how to make different sounds, it actually took me many years before I really got into pedals and gear. Yeah. I was like, I have a delay pedal, I have a reverb, I have a distortion, let's play.
Yeah.
So I think it was kind of the pandemic that forced me to, you had all these hours to just sit at the computer. Yeah. And I started to get into guitars and amps and pedals and started to buy more. And after that, it's been, the circus has been moving along, and you switch them out. But I think for this album, I kind of I didn't have to make that many changes. So I found my favorite, my staple pedals that I think work for a lot of stuff. I bought the Earthquake Devices Sun pedal.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I really love that. So that I used that a lot. So that I think that was the only new pedal actually
Nice.
that I utilized a lot on the new album.